Alright, this is Jason with Keiko RC. Haven't made a video in a while. Actually, I did make a couple videos before making this one, actually several, but they're just too long and me jumping around. I just don't have time to edit and do all that crap. So, anyway, this is a quick down and dirty video. Obviously, I still am covering the Losi Baja Rey. I really don't have anything else to cover. I mean, I can cover my Blitz, a little bit of what I've done with that just recently, but anyway. I just took this to a pretty cool track, not too far from the track that I videoed in my last video. I think it was my last video. But anyway, here's some damage. You can see I got some greases in the body. One of the big ones is right here. Lawn darting it. Broken $8 bumper, and the bumper and skid plate come in a combo with this part number for this. So I haven't even ordered it yet, and I actually just took this to the track today with the broken bumper. It still kind of serves its purpose, I guess. I mean, you can see what it's kind of did to the body right here. I think it's because of it slamming down like this and hitting that broken part right there, trying to poke through. So eventually I'll probably replace this front clip with maybe even this middle part and just leave these flares in the back alone, or just replace as needed. I mean, some people have the money to replace everything on their RC vehicle as soon as they get it with upgraded parts. Unfortunately, I don't. That's the beauty of living in San Diego, California. You get a old house for an astronomical price. And anyway, enough of me bitching and moaning. I love living here. I can't complain. So real quick, God, it's a bumper. Losi and Horizon, or I guess they're the same people, on their websites they have a bunch of part numbers and everything saying due in mid-November for aluminum lower links, aluminum upper rear shock mounts. I think there's another one for the upper trailing arms too, and front adjustable turnbuckles and aluminum shock tower in the front as well. So I think that's what's gonna do is right now you can't really see it, but if I'm pushing up on this, the shock tower flexes ever so slightly. It's more of the arm that's flexing, which I would love to get rid of these arms, because that's why you bottom out so hardcore. It's not the shock, it's the actual plastic flexing, which is a good and a bad thing. You get a lot of this with plastic, but then you get a lot less bending and braking with you get a lot more bending and braking with aluminum. There's several other things. They got some LED light bar for it, which I'll cover in another video. I actually bought one from some dude on eBay. He makes them out of COB LED strips, which are a lot brighter than surface mount LEDs. I don't have the exact part numbers and everything, but I know circuit on board LEDs are a lot brighter, and I run a separate 3S 1000 milliamp hour battery just for my light bar and my Blitz. I haven't mounted to this yet because I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't really care. Other things I had sealed up because OWRC didn't like his bead locks from Pro line. So what I did is I just sealed up my holes. I'm running no foam at all, and you can see they kind of squish and bow out on the top here. I'm running no foam. I didn't completely take out the foam in these. I deglued these, re-glued them. They're all wobbly now because first of all, I kind of glued them weird. Plus, I think, and I'm pretty sure, I warped the rim when I heated it up. That's okay. You know, I was just prying like this like crazy trying to get it off, and I think while I was doing that I was actually deforming the rim. But I'll buy some SCBE rims like Bulletproof RC did. Got some tearing or tearing right there. That's a good one. So I'm definitely not easy on it, but these are some of the things. You lawn dart a lot, boom, you're gonna break this bumper. It's a piece of crap. It's held on by two little pieces there, so that's kind of crappy. All in all, another thing, and I don't have it on. I can't even explain. Have you guys hear it? But this, one of the two bearings in here, in this pinion, I keep on going with the Losi ones. I'm gonna try some different ones, because what ends up sounding like when you're really hard on this thing, like I am, and you're just jumping it, over your vehicles and 10 feet in the air vertically and stuff like that, you're gonna break stuff. And like back here, this differential, or you would call that in a regular vehicle the rear ring and pinion thing. Anyway, these two bearings right here for your pinion gear, one of the two will start going out. And in my experience, it's not the actual bearing, the balls and the race or nothing like that. It's the actual inner, I guess the inner race or whatever you want to call it. It's I don't know if it's just like the bearing sees up and it starts slipping, but it becomes loose. And then to me, what it sounds like when you get on it, when you're going forward like this, not so much rear but forward, you end up getting like a like you have a bunch of sand on the ground, or a bunch of little pebbles, like really fine pebbles or sand, and you put a piece of plywood down and you're stepping on it, or your flip-flops or something like that. You got a bunch of sand on the ground and you're stepping on it, it's going making that weird noise. That's what that starts sounding like. And the bearings start feeling really fast on this rear end. I mean, it holds up good so far, even after I cracked my first one, or it was a fluke, whatever it was. You can see I beat it up with rocks and everything like that. It's meant to withstand all that, but the bearings that they give you are junk. So go with something better, ceramics, specifically for this. I think the rest of the bearings will hold up. All the rest of the bearings should be fine. Even the carrier bearings that are on each side of this, those should be fine. It's just these pinion bearings, they're horrible. And it might be because of it, constantly doing this, and you get a little wobble in your drive shaft, which is normal for all these little scale things because nothing's precision, and it's just gonna vibrate like crazy. So brings me back to my tire thing. These things are crazy when you get a little bit of sand in them. These ones still have maybe a little, tiny bit. I sealed them up. They have a few pebbles in them, but I never took the foam out. So I think that what happens, the foam gathers whatever little bit's left after it disintegrated, gathers in one spot, and it sounds like crap. It even looks like crap even in the sand and track. You can hear it going brrrr. It sounds like a little helicopter or something, and it's horrible. That cannot be good for these bearings, vibrating at that speed, and the RPM. It's just horrible design, if you ask me. Hey, go on, Rocket, go. Sorry about that. Rocket, go on, go on, go on. That neighbor's lovely dog. Ankle biters. So, for the most part, it's a cool truck. I have fun. I've been bashing it, which these are obviously meant to do. So, suggestions on this truck, freaking run it, man. It costs a buttload of money, as do most RC vehicles nowadays, or always have been. But just run the crap out of it and change your shock oil not too long after you buy it. It will leak out. You can see how bad that is. I have some green slime I'm going to put on these O-rings eventually when I take them apart. I just refilled everything with brand new 30 weight the other day, and you can see how much has been leaking out just in a couple of runs. And so other than that, I haven't got to. I re-greased this ring and pinion every 10 packs or so. I'm pretty hard on it, so sometimes I'll do 8 packs, maybe even less. I don't know. If I turn it and I feel that it's, I don't know. You can't really feel it. Even if it was dry, there was no lube on it, it still really wouldn't feel like nothing. It would just, I think, eventually seize up. Other than that, all the pitfalls and whatever, and just the pain of owning anything RC, it's cool. It's fun. Motor's very strong in there. You can see I bought that dynamite fan. Motor fan, really cheap. Did I forget anything? I mean, the front diff I'm leaving completely open. I might just re-grease those gears. If you ask me, I think there's a little too much power sometimes going to the front, because these things will spin out of control. The thing squats like this. Squats, your front end will lift up slightly, and these things start ballooning out like crazy. And to me, it looks dumb. And it's serving no purpose anymore, really, when you're at that speed, because these are literally off the ground. They might be giving you a little more traction in his hand, but to tell you the truth, probably not a lot. So I wonder if that's something I can maybe do a thinner oil in the center diff, a thinner silicone in the center diff for that. So to make a long video longer, I think I covered everything that that I'm concerned about and have experienced. And like I said, I don't have a lot of money. I do have, I think I mentioned it on OWRC, one of his videos. I live over here in Lakeside, California, in San Diego County. There's another small city or town called Ramona. There's a guy, and I will get the name. I will call the hobby shop. I was just there. I will get the name. I'll post it on my video in the description. The guy's making everything. He just bought one of these Baja Reys, and he's getting back into his RC stuff with his machine shop, and he's going full bore. He said he's making axle housings. He's going to be making all the upper lower links for the back. He's going to do probably the shock towers. I'm sure he's going to get specs off of Losi, or just scan these parts and do whatever he has to do. So that's going to be cool. See what the prices are, see his quality compared to what Losi's coming out with. Like I said, Losi's got a lot of new part numbers that are coming out here pretty soon, mid-November, so keep your eyes out for that. But yeah, pretty fun truck, pretty cool. I might take the advice of another guy. I forget his handle on YouTube, but he was suggesting put the Proline Power Stroke XT shocks without the spring behind the original coil over here, running 30 weight, and you're gonna get a lot less bucking. And when I'll tell you what, I took this to that little track today, and there was some good whoops, and this back end compresses so fast. Now I could probably experiment with different oil, but I think if I went a little bit stiffer oil, it'd be too bouncy in a sense, like putting too much preload on it, so it wouldn't look realistic and handle realistically. I think just having an extra shock at the same weight might allow it to dampen, if you know what I'm saying, dampen more before it actually bottoms out, and or hold it before it, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, just maybe something extra like that, because it was bucking like crazy. I mean, the thing actually flipped over forwards because it was doing so bad. So anyway, let me know what you guys got going on with yours, and you know, your brakes and, you know, scratches and stuff. And one of my first videos, I said I didn't even want to drive it because it was so nice looking, and now I just don't care. I just want to see what it can handle. That's what they're for. So anyway, all right, well, talk to you guys later.